For sure. I mean, every time we have a rainy day or a snowy day,
it's Mountaineer
it's
weather.
cold, he says, hey, advantage Mountaineers. Nobody else gets to do this every day.
So rainy days are actually Mountaineer days.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Advantage Mountaineers.
Yeah. I know I may have asked you this, but what do you like the most about this team? What do you see with this team that you're kind of smiling a little bit?
I mean, we just have an interesting group of guys. Everybody's loose. I mean, laid back. But when it's time for business, it's time for business. So everybody handles what they're supposed to handle and then gets right to baseball.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
Coach said you're going to catch this year.
Yes, sir.
How much more extra preparation is that?
I mean, it's a little bit more. Preparation is going to be big, obviously, but I mean, I'm still going to keep going about my business the same way that I did last year, per se. I mean, it's going to be more recovery, nutrition, and stuff like that that's going to help me stay where I'm supposed to stay at throughout the course of the season.
But offensively, you'll think you'll be able to do what you did last year?
For sure.
And then, with all the guys that left for the draft on the offensive side, it's basically just you and Tyler coming back. Are you ready to be the focal points of the offense?
I mean, I'm ready for that, but I mean, we have a lot of freshmen and new guys, transfers and stuff like that are going to be able to come in and contribute straight away. So, I mean, it's not going to be any pressure on us. It's just going to be the same thing.
I'm sure you were already asked this, but just as the catcher, what have you seen from the staff, especially guys who will likely start this year?
We have a really good group of guys that came in. We have a lot of good transfers and freshmen that came in. Everybody's going to be able to come in and contribute right away. Coach Mays feels really confident that any guy that he puts out there is going to be able to go out there and compete. And I'm that same way too, so we're going to have a really good year.
Did you catch it all last season, or were you just strictly doing DH?
I caught some last year, yeah.
What did you learn from Pudge on just sort of the little things about, the psychological ways,
Right.
I guess, a catcher can sort of control a team?
Just seeing him going about his business and continuing to stay that same way throughout the course of the season, recovery, anything that he needed to do to be ready to catch that next game. I mean, I learned a lot from him, and he's been big in my development behind the plate as well.
He had sort of a forceful personality. You seem more relaxed. That might not be true.
Now, Pudgy was pretty laid back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that guy.
Just for you, is that the biggest adjustment? Sort of the full time taking on that role this year?
I mean, it's going to be a big adjustment, obviously, but just making sure that I'm prepared to catch every day as far as nutrition, recovery, and stuff like that goes, just to make sure I'm in the best shape possible to be back there every day.
Everybody wants to know, obviously, who's going to replace Alec on the mound, and that's kind of an impossible task, I guess. But, who on the staff can sort of step up in those starting roles? Who do you?
Ryan Berger, Jackson Wolf. I mean, we have freshmen that'll be able to come in and pitch straight away on a Tuesday or a Sunday or anything like that. Coach Mays feels really confident that he can give the ball to anybody, and I feel that same way too. Give the ball to anybody on our pitching staff, and they can go out there and compete their butts off. We have a really good freshman class that came in, and they'll all be able to compete and contribute.
What makes you think that last year's the start of something rather than just a peak?
I mean, with everybody that we have coming in the future and right now, I mean, you can only build on that. You can't go backwards. So with the place that we have here, I mean, it's impossible to get worse.
Just with the way last season ended, that heartbreaking loss, how much do you think about that, and how did that add kind of extra fire to you guys as a team this offseason? I know Tyler's talking about how he hung it up on his wall and stuff.
Yeah, nobody likes to get beat on their home field, especially by a walk-off grand slam. I mean, I don't like to think about it much, but I mean, at the same time, that needs to be our goal. But to win a regional and then go on to a super and then to a College World Series, that's obviously our end goal, and that's obviously what we're fighting towards. That's the fire. I mean, I'll never forget seeing that on Twitter the next day, scrolling, and seeing nothing but that. There's nothing more that pissed me off. Just,
When it comes to you guys